welcome to episode 25. Transfer special. Not really a lot happened, if I'm honest, over summer in terms of transfers. If we go to transfer history, we just skip back then. So we know that Apple left 3 transfers, mostly. It doesn't look like people have left that much actually. But we've got them 3, then a couple of these leave as well. Yeah, and then to come in, cover a couple of those then. We've had Harry Chapman on a free. He covers all 3 bases across the attacking middle. In this particular summer, I thought quality over quantity because we only just about managed to survive. So I thought it'd be better if we just go for quality over quantity. So that's what I've gone for. This guy is previously of Bradford City in League 2, League 1, League 2, and then a couple of loans in League 1 and Championship. All in all, he's been around this sort of level for quite a while and he's not all that bad. Next up then we've got Joe Tomlinson, who plays along the back 4 and can do quite comfortably, though primarily a left back. This lad comes from Derby on loan, with that before that Peterborough. Derby obviously last season I believe won or came second, and he was obviously a big part of that, playing 17 games, getting a 6.8, 1 goal, 1 assist. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I think that's going to help us in our sort of endeavours going forward. He's a wing back as well, which will again help us with our attacking presence. Apart from that then, he's all the right attributes in the right sort of places, gets forward whenever possible, looks ball played into the feet, likes to switch the ball to wide areas, so hopefully he's going to spread the play out a bit for us. It should be quite good for us, as I said. He's training quite good, and that's all that needs to be said about Joe. So we've brought in Ty from Morecambe on loan, mainly for his pace, his stamina and that, as an extra option up front. As I said, this guy comes in from on loan. Played 25 games last season, wasn't really that prolific. I'm not expecting him to be that prolific for us, however, gives us another outlet, and he's more of a backup than he is anything. As it says here, his pathway is going to be a regular starter, so we'll see how that goes. Ty then also, in his report, shows that he has a fair amount of pace, he's a fairly consistent performer, he's got a fairly determined attitude, and his potential to be a Sky Bet Premiership and potential to be a Sky Bet Championship player in the future. As you can see, currently he's still not as good as Jed, who's been continuing to improve over the last season or so. It does say he's currently operating at Panorama national level, which is what I said. He's not great, but he's okay for now. Then our final transfer for the season so far then is going to be Jordan Hackett. Again, as I said, this guy's primarily a left back, can play centre back, can pay a bit further up if it is needed. His 5-star ability, he's not on too much of a wage. He comes from Huddersfield, as I said. He had a loan at Barnsley last season, did alright with Barnsley at 6.7, not too bad. So again, he's got all these sort of attributes where I'm looking: determinations, work rates there, strength, his balance. It's all sort of things you want to see in a centre back. He's not exactly a tall centre back at 180 centimetres, which is about 5'7". So he's not the tallest by any stretch of the imagination, but should do alright for us hopefully. And finally, that's pretty much about it. Unfortunately, we couldn't really keep any of these. Every player that we brought in on loan, on trial, seems to get sucked up by somebody else. This guy's not too bad as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder, but his stamina is not really there, but could be decent. He comes from Crawley, made 110 appearances for Crawley. Where did they finish last season? 15th. So finances then, we are currently well within budget with £6,000 under budget, which is fine. As I said, every time we seem to try and do something, nothing really comes of it in terms of anything. If we try and get some more coaches actually, would that work? More coaches for the under 18s? Yeah, sure. More coaches for the under 21s now? Zeros allowed, under 18s? Yeah. So if we're trying to adjust the budget, remember we're spending about 44 at the minute. We'll probably go to about 200 grand. If we were to have a look around for around 200 grand. Season preview then, it is predicted we are going to finish 19th this season. I think that's about it. So in terms of sponsorship, so I'm just looking at the sponsorship table from the main overview sort of page here. As you can see, we're actually pretty low down. We're only getting 145,000 as opposed to say someone like Burton who are getting 4.5 million, or QPR getting 2.8. Preston, man, we need to be negotiating something a lot better than that. But then that's pretty much it for the transfer window. Obviously there's not a lot going on. I have tried really hard to bring in some really good quality people, but they just keep getting nicked from right under my nose. So much so that Shrewsbury have actually taken one of my youngsters. There we go. That's the guy that got poached from us. Shrewsbury. So they're paying 10 grand after pretty much every 10 games that he plays as part of the deal. In terms of, don't worry about these results. It said we needed to. We've got to start. That was the other thing actually. We need to start paying £85,000 a month for this new stadium that we're having. So I was like, right, well, let's try and find some big friendlies that we can sort of play. That gets us a bit of income. None of these got us that much income, to be honest. I think every single one of these was between 2,000 maybe and 10,000 profit. That was it, tops. But profit is profit. I don't care where it comes from. This month, match day income. Last month, there you go, 50 grand. So this season already 65 grand, and based on last season, it's 360 grand total. So that'll be interesting so far. Not bad, just off the friendly games alone to start with. So as I say, hopefully we're far from done. Hopefully there's a few more transfers coming up for you in the next episode. Then will be first league game and the first round in the Carabao Cup. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please drop a like if you haven't done so already. Drop a comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.